remember, and he was just little like this.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Oh, was it?
You know what the trouble with retirement is?
No, what's it?
You never know when you're done.
Did they get the message now? I suppose this is the man of the hour.
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, what a handsome fellow he
Does he
is.
look like
No, he doesn't look a day over.
He looks just like his sisters, I think.
Well,
That's why he's so nice
I
looking.
heard there was some pretty good looking women.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Yeah.
I remember when Sam, he wanted a boy so bad, and he kept getting more girls and more girls and more girls. And finally, they took Elsie to the hospital, and so he had to wait for this phone call. They didn't have no phones, but he had to wait for Mrs. Rossi to come over and tell him. Hey, and Mrs. Rossi came over and told him, you had a boy. He says, oh, no, I don't believe you. There it was Alan. So that man, he quit.
That's what they quit. Just couldn't handle anymore like that one.
That's for sure. And you know, I don't know what it was, but you would think he would have to, that, you know, he had to fight with his sister. Because there were so many of them. He was the biggest pest you ever saw. Always was. Yeah.
Oh, that's hard to believe.
Oh, I think he had to fend for himself, but I don't know. But I remember that one sister he had named Phyllis. Now, she was kind of a tomboy, you know.
Oh, I heard about her.
Yeah, he was always picking on her. But she was big enough where she could defend herself.
But she must have been bigger than him.
Yeah.
He was just a little rump of a fella.
So anyway, she beat him up. Yeah, she did. Until one day, after they grew up, she tried to beat him up, and he had beat her up. And she said to Elsie, what are you going to do about that? And Elsie says, you had it coming.
So that was the end of the fighting.
That was, yeah, for a while anyway. But he still likes to pick on people. I got a good story to tell.
All right.
Guess what Alan
You
was
like
about?
good stories?
Oh, I like a good story.
Good. Anyway, Alan was in the 2nd grade. And Grace Landine was his teacher. And their project was for the day to tell a story. So Alan says, I've got a story. Okay, Alan, come up and tell it.
Tell me my grandkids are listening.
And that's he gets up there and starts the story. He said, Mama, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear. Okay, Papa Bear was drinking the whiskey, and Mama Bear was drinking beans. Well, they had to go drink beans.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. She was eating them anyway. They had to go off for a while. And then they come back, and Papa Bear says, who's been drinking my whiskey? Mama Bear says, who's been eating my beans? And little Baby Bear says, hey! And Mrs. Landine didn't know whether she should get after him or laugh.
But I bet you that was the last story he ever told it to us.
More than likely. Hey, I forgot to tell you the other day, you know, that Hans's white knight, you know.
Oh,
And he calls up 911. He says to, hey, can you send me ambulance? I think my wife died. And he, well, we'll just send to her. Okay, what's your address? He says, 911 Eucalyptic Avenue. Okay, do you think you could spell that? He thinks for a while. He said, do you suppose I could drag her over to Oak Street?
Oh, that, who was he? Hans. Oh, that Hans anyway.
but Lena, you're so quiet today. What's the matter?
Don't you have no yolks to tell us?
No, you know, only he's so mean.
Is he?
Look how nice.
Well, what are we going to do with that fella?
I'm not being on the sweetest thing.
But you know, he is.
That's
No,
pretty hard to
he's
believe,
too
isn't it?
good to me. Just like my hat. You know, I was so proud of my hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said to Oli, you know, Oli said to me, wait, I see you got a new hat. Oh, yes, Oli. I said, I was down in the dumps the other day, so I bought me a new hat. And Oli said, I always wondered where you got them hats.
Yeah, let's go.
Was it up?
Don't
Was that nice?
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Ole, I am so ashamed of you.
Oh.
You should be nice. You should be nice. It wasn't bad. You mean there was worse things than that?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
You want me to tell you another story?
Well, sure, you got a good one.
I'm gonna do it.
I hope it isn't a nasty one, because we got lots of little.
I don't tell him anymore.
Oh,
I'm gonna change person.
all right. Did you hear that, Lena?
Oh, he's going to church.
Oh,
Yeah.
what church did
Ever
he go
since-
to, I wonder?
Ever since they sang Oli, Oli, Oli to him, he said,
That's his
okay.
favorite place. I've heard
See,
about
you
that.
know, right at home.
Oh,
Well,
but,
this is a vintage story.
oh,
Yes,
there's
yes, Hans and his wife, they were sitting at the table, and there was a big storm outside. Came on the radio. It said, park your car on the right side of the road for snow removal. Oh, so they went out and did that. Well, then the next week, there was another storm. Came on the radio, park your car on the left side. Okay, so we went out, parked the car on the left side. Okay, then the next week in the snowstorm, it came on and said, park your car out, and electricity went out.
Nice.
So there
And
was they going
Ole
to put
says,
the car.
what the heck am I going to do now? How do I know where to park my car? And you know what his wife said?
Nah.
Why don't you leave it in the garage this time?
That was good
Oh, yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Oh, they, good. They're stupid people, I think.
Well, it's stupid, is like the Ole, he says, you know, the agents are such smart people, and those Americans, they are so stupid.
Oh,
He says, you know what they do? When they have a drink, the first thing they do is put some sugar in it to make it sweet.
yeah.
And then they turn right around and they put some lemon in it to make it sour. And then you know what? They put some yin in it to make it hot. And next thing they go and put some ice in it to make it cool.
Oh, nice.
What's the matter? And then you know what they do?
What?
They just pick up the glass and they say, here's to you. And then they drink it themselves. Well, here's to you, Alan. I keep losing my hat. I spent big bucks for this thing. And she told me it was wonderful, but you know what? I got this silly little hanger here and I keep wondering what is supposed that stupid thing is for. But, you know,
I wonder, did you get it from Kathy?
I got it from Kathy, but she didn't leave any instructions with it. There must be some reason for this little thing.
Well, why don't you try on my hat? Let me see.
All right, see if your head is smaller than mine. Ooh. Ah. Now you feel like a big city lady? I feel like you're spotted those that been out in the dumps.
We go dancing tonight, see you guys.
Oh, that's pretty. That is a pretty sexy outfit, I tell you.
Too bad you don't have your red hat. You could go with the purple pants. You could go to the red hat lady.
All righty, Betty.
Well,
Betty.
how do you think that Alan feels after all this?
I don't know.
You know, you girls are pretty nice. I thought if it's going to be nasty to poor Alan.
No. He was a sweet kid even if he was a kiss. And wasn't that a cute little picture, the first one? Oh, that was sweet. Yeah. Who could get mad at something like that?
But you know, he may have been a little pest when he was a little boy. But you know, as he grew up, he turned out to be a pretty handsome man. Yeah. Pretty good looking. And all these kids he's got here, I think that's wonderful. And I don't know what we would do without you, Alan. We love you, and we wish you a happy retirement.
But we have a farm.
Yeah. Ole how she does on the computer. I don't know how to do that because my fingers, they don't work. That little mousy thing. Or what you call it. That thing goes going around up here and I'm up here and I just can't get them together. So, Ollie, she got the point. It's called happy retirement joke.
Over the hill.
Over the hill, so you know where you're headed now. We're over the hill, but don't feel sad. This side of the hill ain't that bad. So just give us a 5 and then a smile to those of us who have been here for a while. And with bypass pain and mended hip and plumbing fixtures prone to drip, we all may seem to sorry a lot, but we rejoice with what we've got. We have each day and what it brings, and on our pension live like kings. So you know what you got. And for the press that accuses what we take, to coin a phrase, let them eat cake. We've paid our share for unused knowledge. As the kids are now all done with college, we complain to them about our health, and they worry about our dwindling wealth. As those our wardrobes may be plain, like Lena here. I just come from the city, that's why I dressed a little bit better. And though our wardrobes may be plain, we suffer no more labor or pain. Now it's with the cane we do our strut. And if we can't drive, we still can cut. We're mean and tough, meet all demands. White M&Ms, they melt in our hands. Yes, we're still here, and it does delight us that you join with us in the fight against arthritis. But we ask you to make a pledge today that you will be careful what you say. We have to spread over the hill fear, or we'll have those young folks over here. Happy retirement, Alan!
You forgot Lena then.
Now we better go back home.
Yeah.